Guys, what's up, guys? Anthony Meddy here, Project My Life. Gonna do a little podcasting here. So, a few things that come up just today, actually. A gentleman by the name of Morris. I've talked about him in the past. He's a great guy. He came here, I guess, about 5 years ago now. He actually told me it's over approaching his 5th year anniversary here. His story is, he came in here, he was referred to us by his physical therapist. Morris is 75, by the way, or he was 75, and he had just had a stroke. And he went to his physical therapist, and his physical therapist is no longer in business, so his physical therapist referred him to us. And, I'm a bodybuilder, I'm a trainer, but, he was a little at first apprehensive coming here because of who I was and what my background was. But he was referred to us, so he came here and met us, and he's been a member ever since. We've helped him out. Now, the whole team has been helping him with his physical therapy, but in the beginning it was just me doing his rehab and his physical therapy. And my background is in bodybuilding, right? But there's basic human movements that we worked on. I was literally lifting his hand up with a band and moving it toward his mouth because he had no function in the left side of his body, zero. Long story short, he's playing golf and he's back on the course. He doesn't have full function, but he's doing a lot more than he did in the beginning. But the point of this whole message, he had 2 questions today, so I'm going to chop this up into 2. But I'm going to talk about one right now specifically. He said, so you got some competition in town. Referring to there's supposedly, in this lot right here, they've been talking about putting a apartment complex and a big health club, a gym. For many years they've been talking about it now. And those of you who are listening can't see it, but right across the street from Body, why is it so blurry like that? Damn. Let's get the color back. Here we go. So right behind our studio, right across the street from our studio, is a big complex. Long story short, they're going to put a health club. They've been talking about it for many years. He said, so what do you think about the competition going up across the street? Are you nervous about it? And I was like, first top of my head, I was like, I don't even know about it. What's going on? Because they've been talking about it for many years, so I don't know, what he was really referring to. He said right across the street, they're putting a big health club, kind of like the one, down the street, Lifetime. And I was like, oh, all right, that's cool. I'm okay with it. I like competition. And I feel like it gives people an opportunity to compare the different kind of training models and a different experience in a big box gym, and also what we do here at Body is the personalized attention and the my background. And then he's like, are you something about bodybuilding? And I said, what sets us apart is me and Karen and our experience and the coaches here and how the bodybuilding background. He's like, yeah, but do you think you'd want to use a different word than bodybuilding? Because it may intimidate some people. And, that was my old way of thinking, is that bodybuilding was intimidating to people. And when they saw me on stage, and when they saw me with my shirt off, they may be a little intimidated, quote unquote, to the point where they wouldn't want to ask for help. And literally just recently, I've broken away from that mentality of, people might be intimidated, because I don't want people who are intimidated with a little hard work. I don't want to work with them. My physique has been the result of 28, actually next year will be 30 years of discipline and hard work, and doing it without the use of enhancements. So it's a drug-free bodybuilding career that I built for myself. So number one, for many years I suppressed that side of my bodybuilding when I was trying to market my business. I always wanted to seem like a knowledgeable personal trainer, a knowledgeable coach. But I always suppressed the bodybuilding aspect not to intimidate people. And really, back in the day when I started, there was no, it was frowned upon if you were a bodybuilder. It was looked upon as, you were a meathead, or you didn't really have the knowledge. It's just like, I lift things up and I put them down, like the commercial Planet Fitness. But really, what it comes down to is nowadays, you can go to school and get bodybuilding certified, which is wild for me. One of our coaches here, our new coaches, he's taking the bodybuilding exam. So he's going to school, he's getting books that are bodybuilding. They say bodybuilding on it. So that old philosophy of being a bodybuilder, being a dumb meathead is over and done with. And don't get me wrong, there is some dumb meatheads out there who just literally, lift things up and put them down. But my approach is a little bit different. I look at the musculature. I also look at the joint functions, and we have a different approach here at Body. So it also brings me back to, I'm rambling, I'm hopped up. I haven't worked out in a few days like this, so I'm jazzed up, so try to keep up with me. But it also reminds me of, a story, or, Karen and I'll just start talking about it. Karen and I, every year, for many years, used to go out to Pennsylvania and have dinner with an Amish family. And I love the Amish. I think that they're, just genuine, and they're, simple. They live a simple life, great core values, family, and they don't get caught up with, social media. They don't get caught up with a lot of things that we, as a normal society, as typical society, kind of get sucked into. So they have a very simple lifestyle. Plus, when you eat dinner with them, they get the food from the farm and they cook it. It's very organic and very wholesome, and I love that. In fact, I love that aspect. So the experience is really awesome. But if you know anything about their culture, they have their beliefs, they have their, religious beliefs or whatever, and they have their core values. But then with their children at puberty, they let them go. When they reach puberty, they let them go. In other words, they let them into society, normal everyday society, and they let them, wear different clothes, and they let them kind of experience what life is like on the other side of being an Amish culture. And most of them come back to their core values. Most of them come back into their, their family, and they go back to the organic core Amish beliefs, different clothing, different beliefs. Some of them stay out, and that's fine, and I like that because they give them the option to experience other things. So how does that relate to this? It's like when Morris was talking about it, I like that. I want you to go out there and explore, Lifetime, CrossFit, LA Fitness, Retro Fitness, all these other gyms, because A, you get to experience the difference, and then you can make a valid decision based upon what you need and you want and you feel most comfortable. So I know that when you do come back, if you come back, when you come back, you're going to be here because you want to be here. So I don't mind the competition, getting back to the original question. I don't mind that. I think that's good. I think it's good to have diversity, and I think that not everybody's going to want to be a member here. Not everybody's going to want to, work as hard. Not everybody is going to want to pay that extra for that extra support and that extra personalized attention. That's the question. That's an Ask Me Any question. It's about 9 minutes right now, so I'm going to wrap this up in a little podcast. And hey, Aunt, do you feel threatened by the other gyms coming into town? That was the question of the day, and that's my response. So, wrap this up. Believe in yourself, trust the process, practice patience. Peace.